To do is I would like to introduce on the show, for the first time ever, my lovely, lovely wife, who I personally refer to as Muffin Cake, Angela Pantucci. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you very much, Tony.
This is my lovely wife, Angela. She saw the show. Let's light together, shall we? Come on. You know, you have to enjoy activities with your wife. On basically a daily basis, you know. My wife is my love, she's my pumpkin, and I love her dearly. She also happens to be the owner of several businesses that she owns all by herself, and they were not financed by organized crime, by anybody. She paid for them entirely with funds that were accumulated in a legitimate basis. Isn't that right, sweetie?
Yes, that's right. I own Angela's Nailorama in Canarsie. So all of you girls that you want the beautiful nails, you come by. I take care of you.
She'll take good care of you. Now, me and Angela, like any married couple, have been having, not problems, because we certainly don't have any problems, but we have a guest on the show today that I would like to introduce you to. She is the author of this book, okay? This is a very interesting book that she's the author. This book is called Women Who Love Men and the Men Who Love Women and How to Enjoy Loving Them Without Unloving Yourself, which is a very wonderful book. I enjoyed it myself. I read the whole thing.
Wonderful.
Cover to cover. What did you think of this book, darling?
Well, I thought it was good, but there was too many words.
Too many big words. I didn't understand many of the big words, you know, but you do what you can. Anyway, welcome to the show, Dr. Papette.
Pleased to meet you.
Her name is Florence Papette. Welcome.
What kind of papa are you? A Saint Bernard?
Hey, Angela, this is a guest. I apologize for my pumpkin cake.
Excuse me.
Sometimes, you know, she gets a little out of hand, but I can control that because, you know, I'm the man in the family. Anyway, Dr. Papette, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We're very, very welcome. Now, you are a licensed psychotherapist, is that correct?
Yes, I am. I actually have a master's and a PhD in psychotherapy. I got my PhD in family and marital problems.
Really? I got my PhD in nail and hair in Brooklyn. Very wonderful place.
And you know something? PhDs are very hard to get. I had to pay a lot of money for hers, you know? Anyway, Dr. Papette, are you a Papette of the Boston Papettes?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, well, I have a question for you.
Certainly.
Me and my wife decided to have a psychotherapist on the show, preferably a PhD, an educated person, because we want to know if we're a typical happy couple. How do you decide what's a typical happy couple?
Well, it's very difficult when people use labels like typical because everyone's different. Everyone has a different kind of relationship. The relationship that you and Angela may have together may be completely different, for example, the relationship that I may have with someone else. So it's not always a good idea to compare yourself to other couples, but to decide if there are healthy and unhealthy things in your relationship.
That makes a great deal of sense, doesn't it, sweetheart?
I'm very healthy. I work out every day.
She
Well,
walks
that's
out of the
good,
door
but
every day.
that's physical health, Angela. We're talking about mental and stable well-being.
Stable, like the horse is stable you're talking about?
It depends on the individuals we're talking about, Angela.
Then you must be talking about Tony.
I'm curious, though, how exactly did the two of you meet?
Muffin cake?
Well, you see, we was both 17, and I was going to my car. At the time, I had a little red Camaro, and I see this guy with a crowbar trying to get into my car. So I went and got my daddy, and I said, "Hey, Dad, go see what this guy is up to." So I went up to him, and he said, "Hey, punk, you know what are you doing? I break in your face, or you marry my daughter." So we got married.
Well, you know, I have a different scenario here. What happened was, excuse me, I don't think we need this anymore. What happened was, I wasn't breaking into a car. You understand me, doctor. What was happening, see, is I thought it was my car. I have a 68 Camaro with fins and rolling tuck leather upholstery, a real cream puff. And her father, or her car actually, was a very similar make as to mine. So I thought it was mine, and I got in.
Except that mine is red and his is white.
So I'm curious, the decision to go into marital counseling, Do you each feel that you just want a reality check, or you each feel that there's a problem that needs to be solved?
Well, I check reality every morning when I wake up and they say, hey, am I married to this man or what?
Well, reality, you say? Reality? What was the question again?
Anthony, do you feel that you and your wife have a healthy marriage, or do you find that there are any problems?
Well, we eat grapefruits. At least, once every 2 weeks we eat a grapefruit together. So we're pretty healthy, yeah.
I noticed you calling Angela a little pet name. Do you have any other names for one another?
Oh, yeah. I call her muffin cake,
Dumbhead,
sweetie pie,
pea brain,
angel face,
knucklehead,
my little darling sugar plum.
imbecile.
I see. I noticed, Angela, that you have a little hostility towards Anthony. Mightn't this be because of the nature of your relationship?
Nature. Who wants to go into nature? You know, you get all sweaty and there's dog do all over the place. I don't do nature. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm curious because of the fact that your father basically...
Listen, we're not bringing my father into this. Do you understand? Angelo D'Angelo is a very honest man. That's all I gotta say.
Man of respect, if you
That's
catch my
right.
drift. I mean, not that he's like doing anything illegal. He's a strict, legitimate businessman like myself. He owns several businesses, throughout the neighborhood, and he disperses love and tenderness throughout the neighborhood. He never did any violence to anybody. So don't listen to the papers.
Well, I'm curious what reaction you had to the book.
I read the book. Didn't you read the book?
Yeah, I read the book. I read it last night. What are you talking about?
Well, I'll give you some of my comments on the book. I thought the book was very nice. I especially liked the opening part. The opening part was very precise. It was good. It was very good reading. I enjoyed it a lot. However, you use the word relationships a lot. But I don't know what a real relationship is. I mean, could you explain to me what a real relationship? A relationship.
A relationship is frequently when two individuals share a commonality. It's like having a treaty between two individuals, like two separate countries who are going to decide somehow to have a common boundary.
We have common boundaries?
Only when we're in bed. That's about it.
Well, we relate, too, very well. When I first met this lovely woman, she was worried about my business, because when we first met, I had a few injuries. What happened, like in my line of business, my legs were broken once. I had a broken collarbone over here. Somebody smashed a flower pot over my head. Somebody ran me over with a Corvette. Somebody hit me with a crowbar. And that was just on our honeymoon.